Hey there, we are at Cane Creek Mountains area. It's in Alamance County, North Carolina. It's just a park. It's not a state park, but a park, but it's big. New trailhead today, the Peach Orchard Trailhead. It just opened a couple weeks ago. There's 3 new trails out here. We're going to explore those for you. One of them is supposed to have an old car, a Studebaker Lark car. So we're going to go check that out too. So stay tuned. It's a lot of people are out today. It's pretty. It's in the 70s. So, like I say, there's an old Studebaker Lark in these woods that the trail goes by. Supposedly, it's an old remains of a cabin, and we may be able to find a stone dam, what's left of a stone dam out here. But check out the new trailhead, and we'll give you highlights here. And look at that. Yeah, so there's about 1,000 acres out here now. About 1,000 acres. The lookout towers out here, we're not doing that. It's already on our channel. So, you remember the lookout tower, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
What'd you think of the lookout tower?
It was cool. It was that big old tower.
And we took your friend.
Yep.
So, the lookout tower, that's really cool to see. It's a really nice area. You can camp out here if you have a reservation. They got an area that you can camp with campers and stuff too. So yeah, let's check this out. I don't really know. We're waiting on some people to move from the sign back here so we can look at it. But there's 3 trails, so total today it'll be about 5 miles. What's good out here, they're loop trails, and you can decide whether you want to connect to others or not to make your trip even longer. But if you do every trail here, you're pushing about 16 miles. But hey, we'll get back to you as we approach the trailhead. Yeah, even got some bathrooms built behind you.
Yep.
So what'd you find out? The trail maps are updated?
Yep. The map looks great.
All right, guys. So we're hiking out here. We're on the trail. Nice picnic area built. Like I say, these are new trails. This is the Peach Orchard Trailhead. So yeah, guys, we're on this blue trail. It's a loop, about a mile loop trail. We're going to do the outer bands of these trails and make one giant loop. We'll be covering all of it, but I think it's called the Varnals Creek Trail. It's a loop. That one will actually run into the Hall River, that creek. And then you have the Lark Trail and the Varnals Creek Trail, see? It goes that way for a loop and up this way for a loop. So we're going to take this outer band. I think what we're going to do, because yeah, everything's well marked and nice out here. So what we're looking for doing today is this outer loop on all of it, so that we actually make one, like I said, one giant loop today and cover all the 3 new trails. Varnals Creek, like, it does run into Hall River. We looked at that. And beautiful area, beautiful day. So a lot of people are out. And like I say, it's a new trailhead out here. There's 3 trailheads. So y'all check that out. And then we'll see if we can find the old cabin, the remains of one. And remember, we went to the Oak Hill, I think it's called Trailhead, and hiked the Pioneer Camp Trail already. That's on our channel as well, because you can see the old scout camp structures there. Some old cabins, the frames of them is all that's left because they're rotting and falling down. And the old mess hall chimney is on out that way. But you can actually connect all of this in and go to the fire tower, or what's called a lookout tower, not fire tower, a lookout tower, and go climb all the way to the top. So there's a lot here that this section or this park offers. So we highly recommend checking it out. But enough hearing me talk. We're going to show you the highlights, and we'll get back to you. But this is the Vernals Creek Trail. Updated. The website, the last I checked, was not yet, and the trails are on all trails now. But we have hiked on our channel all of these already, except this new section. I'll try to hold it straight, but this is the Peach Orchard. We went in and going to do the outer band of this blue and hit the outer band of this red and go and hit like this. This is what we're going to do today, and then come down. So we have done all these 3 new trails. The yellow now connects to this Pioneer Trail, so you can actually, you know, hike from here to yellow all the way down, go into the blue to the tower, and go all. You can do all this park now. They're all connected, these parts. But today our goal is the blue, which is the easy trail, the red and the yellow. What we're interested in is the old car supposed to be on this one. It's called the Lark Trail. And then we'll go from there. But hey, I don't know if y'all can see that good, but like I said, it's worth checking out. But our goal today is to hopefully show you guys that old car and some old structures as we come across. But we love exploring, and stay tuned. We'll see what we can find for you here in just a few minutes. I think we got something to show you guys. It's pretty neat.
We're at the intersection, Mountain Loop and Arc Trail with the Vernals Creek Trail. We're going that way.
Yep, so that's how you go back to the parking lot. If you wanted to do the blue loop, we came from over here, and we're going to be on the way back. As we finish today, we're going to go that way back to the parking lot. And then of course the Mountain View Trail should be right here, and it's got a beautiful bridge for crossing over what we think is Vernals Creek. And then they do have another trail sign on the trail that tells you where you're at. So very well marked, and we're now here. So we went up, and now we're going to be doing this. And we think we're just going to keep on the outer loops and back around today. And then this one's the one we've done on our channel already. Yeah, the Oak Hill Trailhead. Our favorite historical one is the Pioneer Camp, which you can now connect right here to the yellow one.
My favorite's Lookout Tower.
And then the blue,
That's my first.
or you from Pine Hill, either way, whichever way you want to go, the Lookout Tower is right there. It tells you on the map. A lot of options out here. If you like exploring, this is a good place to come. So, but anyway, we're gonna keep going on this trail, and we'll hit you up as we come across any other cool features just to highlight our adventure today. So another little footbridge, folks. Nice. There's the creek. It runs through the area. There's a couple creeks that run through the property. Vernals, is that how you say it? Vernals? Vernals Creek, if I'm saying it right. That's the one, the new trail, the blue one is on. It goes in the Hall River, but Cane Creek runs through the area. That's therefore the name Cane Creek Mountains Natural Area. And I think we mentioned the 3 College Observatory is nearby. Not on the property, but nearby. So this helps keep the skies dark by keeping all this natural area. And a lot of unique plant species, and cool place for birding and wildlife too. So let's keep going and see what else we find. Have it, folks. We found a clearing. Beautiful. I don't know if you can see it or not. Is right there. I think. Right there. In the distance. It's small now, but anyway, the lookout tower you can see with your bare eyes good. The GoPro don't do a good job. We don't have a zoom function that I know of. We have a GoPro 12. So the tower, you can see the top of it. I see one person walking around on it right now. That's pretty cool. But this little clearing has, Ethan's gonna tell you what these trees are. Check it out.
Bunch of these
These
are longleaf pines.
longleaf pines.
They're rare-ish.
So a lot of places are this longleaf here. We don't see a lot in our area in the central Piedmont, but longleaf pines, there are some here in Cane Creek. Weymouth Woods, we have a video on the Weymouth Woods State Park. There's a lot of longleaf pines there, and the fox squirrel is out there, and the oldest longleaf pine is there. Nearly 500 years old. It's actually there at that state park. But yeah, what a cool piece of scenery right here. Like I said, I don't know if you can see it well or not, but the tower's in the background. Blue skies today. Right there is not it, but I'm trying to point to it. Like right in there is the tower. I wish it was zoomed. And then the bench is here. They got this lookout area and the trails right here. Very clean trails. Very spring-like day for late November. So yeah, stay tuned. We're gonna try to find the historic remnants of a cabin and maybe an old rock dam and the old car here shortly as we wrap up this here Red Loop Trail. I believe it's called the Mountain View Trail. All right, guys. This creek, we found a little area, a little pool, and there's actually fish swimming around in that little pool, small fish. And then you hear the water coming off and around that rock bed area. Check that out. But yeah, guys, there's actually some fish in here. We actually see small creek chubs or something swimming around in this pool. It looks like it's probably about 1.5 feet deep in this pool. But yeah, you can, so occasionally on this creek, you'll hear water flowing over and around rocks, which is a nice sound. Well, we'll hit you up as we come across some more cool stuff.
Old birch tree covered in carvings. All this.
Check this out. Yeah, guys. What's cool about these big, this is a rather large beech tree. When you find these beech trees, they're near water sources, damp areas, but these carvings is before this was built, before the park had it. All this was people who were here, probably the old scout camp back in the day or something, because this is the new one. As somebody has to come, right, and do it, right? Because it's a new trail, they did this. But you can tell these are all old ones before the trail was even here. So the trail, this was done, so that tells me that there was a camp or people had farmland back here and did their carvings. I think it's way up there is a EV, almost, or ED way up here. And then, so that's kind of cool to see. All kind of carvings behind it too, and these are old. So people making memories and stuff, it's kind of neat. But that stuff's way before this park. And then what did we find is somehow they built this dam structure into the hill, as you see. Check this out. We'll try to get you, and we found more than one. Right here is this one. And there's a creek that runs through, and they built this stone structure. Isn't that cool, guys? But check this out. What's even cooler is, right over here, it's like another bank into the mountain, a hillside. And you have a, oh, here I go, wait a minute. You'll have this here built. So check that out. Let us know what y'all think about that. That's a cool find.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do y'all think about this dam structures that we found? And we did tell you we were going to try to find this today. We've not been here to this section. This is our first time and it just opened, so there's that. What do you think? Why is it built twice, two different hillsides, and is it a reroute? Ethan said maybe they're trying to reroute the water, but that's interesting. Really cool. Something odd. Didn't expect to find this. Off trail a little bit here. This is what a marker tree would look like. We don't see a lot nowadays. This is definitely a marker tree, and we'll tell you why it is. The thickness of it is aged extremely old. It's as wide as my hiking stick, just about. I mean, it's massive. I can't get my arms around this. I mean, I cannot do it. But it gets way up in the sky. But listen, this is why we say it's a marker tree, guys. It ain't gold, and it ain't nothing like that. See this knob? This points directly to the hillside below us that the rock structures built into the bank that's allowing an underwater stream go through. It is literally pointing to that. So that's what's really cool about it. Let us know what you guys think, but you're not going to change my mind with it because of the evidence we have with the size, the age, and exactly where it's pointing to a water source. But still, I'm open for everybody else's opinion, but this is a really cool find. We've seen a lot of trees that we told you look like what would a marker tree would be like, but we told y'all it wasn't because it was too thin, too tiny, and way too young. But what do y'all think about this? Better yet, Ethan, what do you think?
Part of an old foundation.
But guys, yeah, you gotta check this out, man. So, this is a chimney. Part of it's falling in, but a massive, huge stone chimney. And like I say, part of it's collapsed. On our channel, we got a lot of stuff in Burkhead that has, in the Wari Forest, that has a lot of old chimney, just mounds of rock that have collapsed totally. This one's partially standing, and believe it or not too far from here is where those rock dams were built. Those streams that came out of the mountain that were built, they were redone probably by the homesteaders here, but before them, our Indians and ancient people probably had those built in their way into the mountain. But look, this old foundation cedar.
Part of the roof. I mean, everything.
And you got the stone foundations in place, guys. And he was standing, you know, like here's the doorway. You're walking into it. This is the doorway, and you see how the foundation is very well stacked. And that probably collapsed from the roof. And it was a small cabin, because you can tell, and we don't know, it could have been stacked, but most of it could have been one room, I don't know. But the rock foundation is here. So that's why Glad Gathering Explore, we had no idea that we would find it in this shape. And those dams back there were much better. It blew away expectations on that. So let us know what you think of this structure. And it's not far off the trail out here. It's on the Lark Trail. And see, it's right here. And they did that intentionally. They built the trail to come to it because they're not wanting a lot of people to go off trail here to keep it intact, the integrity of the ecosystem. So let us know if you know anything else about this cabin structure. And what do you think, Ethan?
Cool.
Yeah. I like it. So next up, it's going to be this old car. We're going to walk around this area briefly and take a break and get back to you if we find anything else cool. As he thinks this is what you would call an in-ground dugout area to store food. I think he's right.
It's not all that big.
And there's no chimney structure here. It's not very far from the cabin. I'd say 50 yards. So I think this was food storage is my guess. What do y'all think this is? Because see how it's built in with the stones. It's about to collapse some. It's very big. It's probably 10 foot by 10 foot or 12 by 12, something like that. It's a square. And they would enter right here. And there's some wooden structure on top, barely still in existence. this is caved in. So let us know what you guys think, but this is such a cool find, and if you want to know how deep, I mean, depth is, we didn't expect to find it, but you come in the middle, it's just ground down under my feet, there's no boards. So that's the depth of this thing. So, I mean, it's probably a little, it's to my, almost my chest deep. I'm about 5'8", so. And in Winston, we saw a place in Winston that was had in-ground storages too, but they were smaller, a little bit smaller, and they would have it where they stored their food and kept it cool in the ground. So yeah, what a cool find out here. And this is off the trail a little bit, about 50 yards from the cabin structure. As promised, the old Studebaker.
Right on time.
There is a sign about it, but
that's what she used to look like.
Yeah. But the Lark Loop Trail is named after the Studebaker lark. But check this out, guys. According to local legend, a bootlegger once raced through Alamance County in a Studebaker lark while attempting to evade authorities. Chased by deputies along back roads, the pursuit ultimately ended here. So supposedly this was a bootlegger car that he hid from the cops, and maybe that was his cabin up there too, who knows. That's just a legend though, we don't know.
All the gunshots in it.
Yeah, check it out.
Golly.
But what a cool find with this thing. The Studebakers competed against Ford and Chevrolet back in the day. Late 1800s, Studebaker family founded it, and then the government hired them to make horse-pulled Civil War buggies for the war and Civil War days, and then they eventually shut down in the 1960s. But this is the Lark. Wow, sitting here in the woods. We told you we'd try to find all this stuff for you guys, but it does sit near the trail, but it's still a cool find. The rubber wheels are gone, but you can see, it makes you think back in. All right, what a good hike. We did about 5 miles. We found a cool spot on our way back to close the video. So, massive rock behind us. So basically, yeah, we recommend it.
Yep.
Check this out, man. The Lark Trail is our favorite on this section.
Best trail here.
Check out the cabin remains, the in-ground cellar we found, and a couple dams built in the stream, and that old tree with carvings on it from before it was a park, and the dam, like I said, the dams, this old marker tree here. You'll see all that. Give us a like, subscribe, share our channel if you will, and be prepared for a future adventure. So what do you think of the day?
Good, I liked it. A good day. Hike.
And the old car was real cool. A little drop story behind it on that signage too, but still, beautiful area. Well, we'll catch you on the next adventure. See you next time.